Rounding decimal numbers to the nearest whole numbers and tenth, and comparing and arranging decimal numbers. So mag-start muna tayo sa rounding decimal numbers to the nearest whole number and tenths. So for example, number 1, we have 16 and 67 hundredths, or 16.67. So our round of place is 6. Now before we proceed with the rounding process, always remember that if the digit is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, you round up. We are talking about the digit beside the round off place, which is also 6. If the digit is 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0, round down. So since our digit at the right side of our round of place is 6, which means the digit to the right is greater than 5, we round up. So therefore, 16.67 when rounded to the nearest whole number becomes 17. Now let us proceed with the rounding to tenths. So ito yung ating digit sa tenths place value. So once again, titingnan natin yung number na nasa kanan niya. And once again, if the digit is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, round up. And if it is 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0, round down. So in this case, since ang number sa tabi ng ating tenths digit ay 7, we are going to round up. Therefore, 16.67 when rounded to the nearest tenths becomes 16.7. For example, number 2, we have 24.13. So our round of place is 4. And once again, always remember that if the digit at the right side of the round of place is 5 to 9, round up. If it is 4 to 0, round down. So in this case, since the number at the right side of our round of place is 1, which is lower than 5, we are going to round down, which means 24.13 when rounded to the nearest whole number is 24. Now let's proceed to rounding off to tenths. So the digit in our tenths place value is 1. Now let us look at the digit at its right side, which is 3. So sabi dito, if the digit is 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0, round down. So since 3 is lower than 5, that means that we are going to round down. So therefore, 24.13 when rounded to tenths becomes 24.10 or 24.1. For the next example, we have 14.45. So ang ating round of place ay 4. And once again, before we round off, tingnan muna yung number na nasa kanan niya. So if it is bigger than 5, we round up. Or if it is lower than 5, we round down. So since 4 lang ang digit na nasa tabi ng ating round of place, kapag ni-round off natin ang 14.45 to the nearest whole number, ang sagot ay 14. Now let us proceed naman kapag nag-round off tayo sa tenths place value. So ang ating tenths place value ay 4. At ang number sa kanan niya ay 5. Therefore, we are going to round up. So 14.45 when rounded to tenths becomes 14.5. Now let's proceed to comparing and arranging decimal numbers. So let's say we have 0.35 and 0.53. So kapag magko-compare tayo ng decimal numbers, first thing we do is to compare both the tenths place value. So in this case, we have 3 and 5. And obviously, 3 is smaller than 5. So 0.35 is less than 0.53. Next example is 3.23 and 3.13. So kapag meron kasamang whole number, yung decimal number natin, like nito, start tayo ng comparison sa whole number. So for this one, we have 3 and 3. So since magkapareho sila, proceed na tayo sa first digit ng decimal number. So we have 2 and 1. So 2 is bigger than 1. So therefore, 3.23 is greater than 3.13. Next, we have 2.2 and 2.20. So once again, meron siyang whole number. So let's start with comparing the whole numbers. So we have 2 and 2. And then we have 2 and another 2. So let us proceed to the next digit. So we have 0 and we have nothing here. So once again, 0 and nothing. So in this case, they are both equal because 0 also means nothing. So therefore, 2.2 is equal to 2.20. Ngayon naman, let's do the arranging decimal numbers. So start tayo sa example number 1. So we have 0.9, 0.7, 0.5, and 0.11. So first is, ayusin natin siya from least to greatest or magsa-start tayo sa smallest number to biggest number. So syempre, ang una nating hahanapin ay yung smallest decimal number. So among 9, 7, 5, and 11, 0.5 is the smallest. And then, followed by 0.7. And then 0.9. And the greatest decimal number is 0.11. Now let's proceed to example number 2. So we have 0.43, 0.34, 0.30, and 0.32. So this one, we are going to arrange it from greatest to least, or start tayo sa biggest to the smallest decimal number. So between 43, 34, 30, and 32, 43 is the biggest, followed by 34, and then 0.32. And then the smallest decimal number is 0.30. So that's the way how we arrange decimal numbers from least to greatest and greatest to least.